Hey guys, I'm Ricks here, and today we're going to be looking at what I think is the most underrated Brickmania fig of 2020. And so I think fairly obviously, if you look at the screen right in front of you and you're not just listening to my voice, you'll see what is the Brickmania British Redcoat from the 1700s, or more commonly known as the time period when the American Revolution happened and these guys were deployed in what were then colonies. So, you might have seen these in previous videos and previous haul videos and in previous comparison videos, but the reason that these guys did not make my top 3 for Brickmania 2020 minifigs was mainly due to the fact that a lot of other companies produce the same minifig. In that top 3 showcase, I wanted to kind of give you guys an insight or give you a view of 3 minifigs that were very unique to Brickmania themselves. So just, for clarification, that's why these guys didn't make my top 3. I think that if I, was kind of calculating my top 3 with a different kind of set of interests and goals in mind, these guys probably would have made it. But with that said, let's jump right into this. So as you can see, on the front, he has the 2 straps crossing his body with the buckle in the middle and the 3, spots where you can put the buckle into. Above that, he also has blue trim on his uniform, along with that white underbody. Now, if I raise his arms, you look at the side, he has his ammo pouch here. In the back, his straps continue. And on the left side, I believe that it is a bayonet and a canteen. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure, but those would be my guesses. And of course, he comes with the printed tricorn with the white trim. So you might be wondering, MW Bricks, why is this the most underrated figure? So I think that my first reason why this is the most underrated figure is that this time period is criminally underrepresented in terms of third-party companies. I know that places like K-Town Bricks and TMC have both done limited runs in terms of these earlier historical time periods, but I would love to see them expand and really build out this era, because this is a very underserved portion of the market. We really need generals from this time period. We need important people, politicians, all those types of things that time periods like World War II and modern day do get from these third-party companies. We need them for this historical era. Now, I know that Brickmania, in their $1,000 or 5th mystery crate this holiday season, they did have things like George Washington and King George, but of course, that's a price wall that most people can't afford, and quite frankly, I think that it's a little bit ridiculous that we can't get, interesting named figures other than in such a large mystery crate and with such, it was very mysterious before they revealed what it is. So you really had to take a leap of faith to get it, and, I wasn't confident enough that it would be something that I enjoyed, and that's why I didn't take the leap of faith. I'd never really considered getting any of the other mystery crates, the first 4, but, the 1,000 one, I thought that it had to be good, essentially, and I will say it was good, but it still might have been a little bit too expensive for its price point. So getting back to this fig, to me, I think that what's most important about these figs is that the white coloring on the torso looks nice. So as you can see, there's a little bit of tinting on the straps, which are supposed to be white. But I think the best part is that this undershirt is completely white, and you don't really have the sense that the torso and the legs are actually a different color underneath, that the original Lego is a different color, which I think is very important, because I know that, as you guys have seen in some of my previous videos, there are a lot of issues sometimes with companies where they print, and when they use this lighter ink like white onto a darker torso or onto really any other colored torso, a tint appears and it doesn't appear, this flow isn't natural. So I think that's really great that Brickmania was able to get that to appear on the fig, because I think that it really brings it all together all nicely. I think that my biggest complaint with this minifig is the fact that you get the same head for every one you get. So I actually have 7 of these guys in total, and they all have this exact same head. It's almost like, the problem of Star Wars clone battle packs. You get the same head for every clone. Now, of course, The clones generally had similar faces, but as they went into battle, they got scars, they wore their hair differently, as you can see in the Clone Wars series. But obviously, in the 1700s, not every person had these sculpted cheeks and this one little dash in between, the furrow of their brow. So, I know that Brickmania sells their minifigs in a way that they're supposed to be each individual, and you're supposed to, I feel like they're encouraging you to buy one of each because they're all exactly the same. But I think that it would be great if in the future we got some more variation, both amongst flesh tones from Brickmania. I know that they're probably one of the best companies in terms of making a lot of flesh tone variants, but I would also like to see variants in facial expressions within flesh tones. So for example, let's say they released another body like this. Maybe if you bought the light flesh color, you would have the possibility that you get one of 4 different faces. I think that would add another layer of dimension and another layer of detail that would be very appropriate and would help, bring more fun to their figs. And make it more worth the money. That's my personal opinion. You guys you can feel free to disagree, but I think that is smart. But as I was saying, this time period isn't represented. The white color was shown perfectly, and I think that the overall design and print job was spectacular. I think the overall design was really good by Lando, and I think that the printing team did a very good job in terms of translating that design onto a minifig. I think that, of course, they've made many minifigs, but I think that this one is especially good. So anyways, guys, those are the 3 big reasons why I think that this minifig, the Brickmania British Redcoat from the American Revolution era, is the most underrated Brickmania minifig of 2020. As always, like, comment, subscribe, do all the normal stuff, and I'll catch you next time.